So we'll work a couple problems here, solve the triangle using law of sines or law of cosines. So I'm starting here, I'm given some information. I've got two angles. A is 75. That's given. C is 50 degrees. That's given. And side B is 10. That's given. So first I want to recognize that the information I'm given, angle, side, angle, 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 side, angle, it's a law of sines. I'll recap the situations that lead to law of sines and cosines at the end, but that's sort of the first step. I can find angle B because I know it's going to be 180 degrees minus 75 plus 50. And so angle B is going to be 55 degrees. To solve for side A, I'm setting up the law of sines, which is going to say A is to the sine of 75 degrees as 10 is to the sine of 55 degrees. And so I have that, and I can cross multiply and solve for A. Additionally, you can use the program on the calculator. It's called law cos, but initially the first choice you make is, am I using the law of sines or law of cosines? You'll end up getting A equals 11.8. And then the last thing to solve for is going to be side C. And so C is to the sine of 50 degrees as 10 is to the sine of 55 degrees. And again, I can cross multiply, solve for C, and get C equals 9.4. And so solve the triangle, find the missing sides and or angles, and I've done that. Second example, you solve the triangle. By saying A, B, C. Let's say in this instance that you're given angle B, and then sides A and C. So I've got 40 degrees here. I've got A is 21 here. C is 14 here. So in this instance, the given information, I've got a side and then an angle and then a side. And so this is side, angle, side. And so that tells me that it's a law of cosines problem. I'm going to encourage you to do a problem like this on the calculator. You can use the law of cosines, which in this instance would say something like b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2 times a times c times the cosine of b, but the calculator is more efficient. And so when I use the calculator, the first thing I'm going to do is solve for the side b. And so I'll put in, one side is 21, one side's 14, the included angle is 40 degrees, and the calculator will tell me that b equals 13.7. And now I have all three sides of the triangle, so I'll use the law of cosines again to solve for all of the angles. Remember, the calculator program solves for all the angles at the same time. And so I would put in, A equals 21, B equals 13.7, C equals 14. Now, if you round that 13.7, you're not going to get the same answer as what I write here. When I did it on the calculator, I actually used all the decimals. So long as it's clear that your angles are close, you'll get full credit on this. But your calculator will return that angle A is 98.8 degrees, angle B is given, angle C is 41.2 degrees. And again, you can use the law of cosines out like that, but it's not necessary. And then just sort of to recap, if the information that you're given is angle side angle or angle angle side, or side side angle, in all of those instances you're using the law of sines. If the information that you're given is side angle side or side side side, in those instances you're using the law of cosines.